What's up, everybody? It's your boy OBDrum81 back again with another Overwatch video. Today we're going to be talking about the Silver Fox herself, Ana, I believe is the way we are going to be pronouncing her name. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm going. She is a support sniper, not something that you normally see very often. I guess, if you're considering support to be like recon type stuff, that's, typically a sniper role, but she's more in the healing category. She carries this sniper rifle. She has kind of like a little sidearm that I'll show you in a second. That's really kind of only good for like a one-shot type deal. And she has these biotic grenades. So let's just take a look at her from a character standpoint. So she's a support. She's actually a difficulty level 3. So that means that the game considers her, or Blizzard at least considers her, up there with like your Genjis and stuff like that, as one of the more difficult players to master. So she has her biotic rifle, which is a long-range rifle that heals allies and damages enemies. It has a zoom. The zoom function is really cool. It's actually kind of like how Black Widow's zoom was before they nerfed it. The only problem with it is that I find that there's not as much need to zoom as there is with Widow. She kind of actually shoots a lot like McCree in the sense that she has a similar on-screen bullseye at all times, or crosshair at all times, and it's a lot easier to shoot that way. The biotic rifle basically is going to shoot darts, and depending on who those darts hit, it's either going to harm them if it's an enemy or heal them if it's an ally. So it's a pretty cool concept, and it's awesome that you don't have to kind of differentiate between the two too much. You can kind of just shoot out there whenever you need to. The ulta, or we'll skip her ultimate, we'll go to that for last. The sleep dart, which is her sidearm that I was telling you about. The sleep dart fires a dart that puts an enemy to sleep. That lasts a full 6 seconds from when I counted, and they're just out. You can interrupt an ultimate with that. The only thing is as soon as that enemy starts taking damage, then they'll wake up like instantly. The biotic grenade, excuse me, throws a grenade that heals and increases healing on allies while damaging and preventing healing on enemies. So basically, this won't allow the enemies to receive any heals while providing a little bit of base damage. And when it hits your allies, it will give them a little bit of a base heal and then give a boost to any other healing that might be going on at the same time. It's really cool in conjunction with the sleep dart. Like if you can hit someone with a sleep dart and get that down, as quick as possible, it'll give them a little something to sit in for a second and give them no ability to heal. I'll go over some of the cool scenarios that I've come across. But last but not least, the ultimate is the nano boost. Increases an ally's speed and damage while reducing damage taken. So essentially, it puts it puts like your friend into like a berserk mode, and that kind of similar to Winston's, Winston's ultimate. Like basically, you're giving a boost to damage, you're giving a boost to speed, and then you're giving a boost to defense in the sense that you take less damage from the enemies. So let me just give you a little bit of a idea of what the shooting mechanics like. So here's your regular left click. It's a bolt action, or somewhat of a bolt action. So you'll see that she has to actually, cock it each time she shoots, and there's only, I believe, six bullets. So there is a little bit of a delay. Now she can, that's me like pretty much clicking as fast as, I don't want to say I could probably click faster, but I don't think it's going to do anything. So I would say that's probably about top speed on that. The zoom, like you can see, it's really fast. I mean, there's a couple drawbacks to her, and we'll go over that, I guess, kind of now because it's relevant. So she does about 75 damage with her single shot. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and reset these. Now, typically, on 95 probably % of the heroes currently, there is some sort of bonus to headshot or specific body parts that give you some sort of modifier. She unfortunately does not give you any type of modifier, whether you're scoped in, whether you're hip firing, whether it's to the head, or whether it's to the foot. So basically, you can shoot in the foot. It's going to do 3 bars of damage, which is 25, 25, and 25. And you can shoot him right in the head, and it's going to do 3 bars of damage, 25, 25. There's like a hair onto that 5th bar, or 4th bar, I should say. But, I mean, it's really nominal, and I really don't think that it's intended to, you know, you don't even get a dink sound like you normally do when you do a headshot with pretty much any other gun in the game. So as you can see, even at close range, it's going to take you 3 shots with this gun. It doesn't matter. You're going to want to basically aim for center mass almost all the time, because there's no benefit at this point, at least, unless there's going to be some sort of you know, change here in the future, which I hope there is, because that seems kind of like just something that might have got missed. Because what's the whole point of being a sniper? You know, it's those headshots. That's what everyone's you know, looking to, you know, to better themselves as a sniper. The next weapon is her pistol, her sleep pistol. So if you, as you can see, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, and he's up. So it's about 6 seconds, and in that time he's completely incapacitated, immobiled. What's cool is that, you know, if that was a, you know, charging Reinhardt, or if that was a I find that it works so good on Bastions, because basically if you have someone that's already in turret form as a Bastion and they take that dart, they're instantly going to be taken out of that format, and they're going to have to actually go back into that prone stance again to be able to, you know, fire off at, you know, at their normal pace. So you have a really good opportunity to lay a couple extra shots on him, and, you know, typically if you have a team member with you, they'll be able to take him out before he's able to, you know, compose himself back into his turret form. The last of her quick abilities is her biotic grenade. Now this thing is really cool. So like everything that she does, it has a positive effect on allies. I mean, he doesn't have any damage currently, but if he did, that would, you know, basically be healing him. But the grenades work the same way, and it's actually, I'll move over to this other area here. It's actually a good way to heal yourself if you ever, you know, are in like a one-on-one situation, or here, let's just take a little damage here, because it heals you for quite a bit. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but remember, it's working in conjunction with your team. So if you're dropping this and someone else is healing around you, like you have someone breaking it down, or even with being between those guns shooting off is driving me nuts. Really anything, even if it's a mercy with a, you know, with a healing stream going on, it's going to boost that. Meanwhile, if these were like, let's say they were roadhogs, they wouldn't be able to use their jug, or if they did use their jug, they would just waste the ticker on it, because they wouldn't be able to get any health regen from it. And if they do get any health regen from it, it's supposed to be at, you know, a far diminished, you know, value. So these guys are both at full health. I'm currently at full health, so let's again drop my health a little bit so we can see what this will do for me and them. And this is another thing I like about it, because you can basically affect not only the enemy but yourself at the same time. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop this right here, and as you can see, that's the damage that it did, which is pretty considerable. It was more than 50% of their damage, and one shot after that will, when, you know, put someone down from full health. And these bots, I think, all have 200 health. So her combo of moves are very impressive. She has just a really cool range. Like I said, because of this McCree style crosshair, it makes it a lot easier to just, you know, kind of run around the midfield, because this is my one of my beefs with her as a sniper. So already it seems like they don't want her to be a sniper because there's no headshot bonus, but second of all, they don't really seem to you know, benefit a backline, you know, support. So basically, I'm not doing any extra damage, you know, from distance or anything like that, even though that kind of looked like I did, but they were already damaged from something. and you're stationary. And she has such limited mobility. I mean, she's not slow by any means. You know, I can traverse the terrain as much as I can with pretty much any other hero, but she has no climb ability. She has no hook in order to get to a perch or anything like that. She has no temporary boost flight, nothing. So she has no way to get to an elevated point, which is another like kind of just real basic thing of sniping. You know, you're gonna try to get that high elevation advantage, and you're gonna want to be able to not be in an area where it's so exposed. So even if you're kind of corner peeking, which is fine because you have such a a quick time to do so, it's just feels like her intended use is more for the infield. Now I can see where they've actually done a couple cool things. She's probably got like the I don't know, man, the Troy Aikman, Dan Marino. I don't, I'm not obviously a big football guy that knows anything that's current, but she can just, and that wasn't even like trying to throw it far. That was just basically my regular just one click. If you want to get some height on it and you throw like a little run jump, and I mean she can launch that thing pretty far, and that's again going to provide a slight base boost of health for allies, and then it's going to be a base damage to enemies, and also provide the effects of the boosted healing from allies and the diminished healing from enemies. So she has a pretty cool set of tricks up her sleeve. Now let's talk about her ultimate. Now her ultimate is sick. It right now kind of borders on, I don't want to say overpowered, but I mean you can literally get pretty close to team wipes. So basically it's going to increase the rate of fire, it's going to increase the damage done. I guess I could have waited for a better opportunity to do that. I mean, I can charge another one up really quick, but if let's say you throw that on an ulted Winston already. So you got Winston going berserk, running around, just smashing on people. Now imagine he has even more resistance to damage. He has more health and more strength. Like, how much more? More than you need. Trust me. It's great on divas, and there's actually some diva things that are in the PTR that are pretty cool too, with her shield that we'll go over as well on a different video. But altogether, she's a really cool character. It's hard to get gameplay. I will eventually post some, whether it's 6 of her in a lobby or not, because it seems like most of the lobbies you get into, it's pretty much all divas and all Annas, because the diva has the new buff to her shields, and Anna's a new character, so it's understandable, but it makes kind of for hard, compelling gameplay on what she counters and what she's weak against. But I'm very interested to get to be more familiar with playing her as a hero. I think she's going to be a pretty cool addition to the crew. I look forward to even more characters. I think it's pretty cool that this game's only been out for maybe like a month, and they've already implemented a game type that I know they had in previous iterations of the beta and whatnot. But as far as me, who just purchased it for the first time once it was already on full release, this is like they've already dropped new things in a short period of time for a paying customer, and haven't asked me for any more money. It's actually pretty refreshing, as well as the characters being added already, and there's no charge for it. I really like that the public test realm is something that anyone can kind of jump into. If you haven't already, I would suggest checking it out so you can play on a little bit early and get used to her moveset before you try her out in real comp that's going to affect your player score. The other cool thing is just going to be kind of the ability to find the sweet spot and see where they go with her, because this whole public test realm is here to see what needs to be ironed out with her. And I I have a feeling that there has going to be some sort of change to her headshots, making there be some sort of benefit to doing so. Her sleep gun, if you can hit it, it's got a 12-second delay, which basically is on the longer side, but it's because it's very, very powerful. It really does shut people down. And like I said, if you're in a game where there's just it's just an asshole of a Bastion and you can't seem to get around him, just throw Ana on your team, hit him with the dart, and then have someone clean him up, because he's going to be out of form, and then he's going to have to reform if he's going to want to put any major hurt on anybody. So she is pretty vital and an awesome counter to him. That was pretty cool. I don't know how that happened. So and that's another thing, like, I don't know if that guy was already pre-damaged. Someone was telling me that there's some sort of hit scan when you're zoomed in that you only get when you're zoomed in, and I did notice when I play with her, there is some sort of outlining on people or their health bars or names, but doesn't it say it's supposed to do some sort of damage over time, heals allies and damages enemies? I think my initial thought was that that everything that she did was kind of like over time, more damage over time, more healing over time. Oh, let's heal him.
Watching your back.
Okay. And the same with the grenade, we'll heal him up. Watch, we'll let him get pretty low. So that's pretty significant. I mean, if you compare to, like, say, Symmetra, who is more heavily defense oriented with her turrets and such, but if we say Lucio can put out some good healing, but I would say Symmetra is probably the weakest link in terms of her overall healing abilities. I think this one is going to be a really cool asset to the team because she can put down damage, and although it not be a lot, it's such a mishmash with the the heal ability mixed with the shot ability, and you don't have to actually switch any kind of weapon. You're basically still shooting the same weapon. You don't have to, do I need a left click, right click this person? You just click, and if it's a friend, it's helping out. If it's a foe, it's still helping you out. So definitely a cool character. We'll get into some gameplay in just a moment, and yeah, and her ultimate is not going to allow you to shoot like on something that you're not supposed to shoot on. It's going to auto lock on, and it's going to make it kind of hard to ever miss it. They're kind of like the orbs of Discord and whatnot. But watch. I don't know what she's saying, but it's probably Egyptian for opening a can of whoop ass or something. See, I don't know. Alright, well, that guy's definitely full health, but is it safe to assume these guys are full health? Is there a way to... Okay. Alright, well, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see Ana in play for some actual competitive and quick play. The consensus for me right now is, if we're gonna give her a 1 to 10, I'm gonna say she is a 6 with a potential of a 7.5, 8 if they can get some sort of headshot bonus or more modifier into her repertoire, and give her some sort of mobility. Let me get up here without having to rely on a teammate to to give me a boost, because that's not going to always be reliable unless you're playing with a team, and you guys have that worked out. But if you're going to solo queue with her, her mobility is just pretty lame for a sniper. Now, granted, she's 60, so I don't expect her to be, going ham. But there's 60-year-olds out there, man. If you watch America's Got Talent, they're doing crazy things these days. So we'll see what we got going for her in the future. If you guys like the video, please leave a like. It helps out a lot. If you want to see more videos from me, just click on that subscribe button, and there'll be more videos in the future. More streaming on Twitch coming up very, very soon. I'm working on getting a camera and stuff like that, so I can do some FaceTime or whatever you want to call it. Some webcam stuff, not cam girl style, but just webcam. So you can see me play. Maybe do some social eating or something. But yeah, so keep an eye out for stuff in the future. I appreciate it. Again, OBDrum81 is the name. Same on Twitch as on YouTube. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.